Welcome back to OneStopTutorials.com. Alibaba back again. This is stage 2 of removing wrinkles or lightening out the wrinkles, or even just toning down those wrinkles just to make them look a little bit better. Like I said before, when people start getting older, the wrinkles start getting deeper. So we just want to we got Sean Connery here, so if you want to follow along and keep along with us, the file is called sean.jpg. Simply go to my website, download that folder. If you already have, you should see the folder in there. So what I want to do now is I want to carry on moving forward from our last tutorial. What I want to do is come in with the healing brush tool, and I want to start healing some of these edges. First thing I want to do is create a new layer. I then want to come up to my, if you can't see it, hold down your left mouse button and you'll see here you've got the spot healing brush. What we're looking for is the healing brush tool. Now the healing brush tool is very similar to using the clone stamp in the way that it works. All you have to do is hold down Alt or Option on your keyboard, left click, you select from an area, and then you're painting in that area over the skin. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through bit by bit and do that. I'm actually going to zoom into Sean's head a bit here. Just want to zoom out a couple actually. Just there we go. So all I'm going to do is select sample from certain bits of skin and then just be pasting them over the actual skin that we have here. Okay, I'm just trying to soften out this texture that we got here, just trying to make it, you know, look a bit nicer. I love this tool. This tool is, you know, it's just amazing the way this tool actually works, the way it can, you know, recognize. I mean, Photoshop is an awesome program. Just going to come down, keep working my way down. You're going to have a lot more time than I am. Just gonna, you know, this way actually, just by using this, you can actually just straight away remove wrinkles. Okay, you can come through and actually remove them, as you can see here. And I like to now, you know, select from certain areas and paint in, just sort of blending in the skin. We don't want to make it look like we've just painted over it. We just want to come in, blend in the skin, make it look good. Okay, and as you can see, these wrinkles are now, with this simple tool, starting to disappear. Okay, again, don't worry too much about you going completely wild, completely crazy. Again, we can come in and we can use the opacity to just bring back some of these actual wrinkles and not make it look so bad. Now I'm simply sampling quite close to the area that I want to use. Okay, so I'm not sampling over here for this light area. I'm just sampling, clicking, coming around this wrinkle and working my way around the face. Okay, just keep clicking and dragging, selecting an area. Again, you can come in, play with your brush size. You don't have to, you can make your brush size a bit bigger by using the bracket keys on your keyboard. I'm going to hold down Alt or Option. It's going to allow me to come into this face, and I'm just going to be able to sample out. I'm going to go a little bit crazy here, and we're going to come in and delete it. Just want to completely remove some of this area. Like I say, we're going to come in with the opacity in the bit. Got to quickly just come through this, try not to. I'm going to make my brush size a bit smaller, zoom in. I'm going to kill this wrinkle, get rid of that wrinkle. It's just not liking it. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to keep working on it until it behaves itself and does as I'm telling it. Okay, there we go. Keep working my way around. So I could work my way around the top eye here. I'm going to make my brush size just that little bit bigger, help me along here. And I'm going to hold down Alt, and I'm just going to select a good area. I'm going to select an area above it, and we're just going to go around that area, and there we go, just keeping it in. Again, keep selecting, keep picking, keep changing size of the brush size down, blending certain areas in with different areas. We just want to make this try to look as real as possible. Okay, it's coming around, bringing this around. Okay, again, let's move this down. Okay, I think I'm getting a bit mental around that eye there. Okay, sometimes by working with a bigger brush, it gives you more of an even pattern, which you can come in and you can just start to really get the effect now. And now this is not going to, you know, right off the bat, this isn't actually going to look real. I'm just going to come out of that area. There we go. It's not going to look real straight away because, you know, it's going to look like we've stretched the skin. Like I say, come in, play, and we can actually use the opacity to bring this back to normal. I'm going to just click, click, click. Just get that there. I'm going to click, 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 click. You know, you can click or you can click and drag. Entirely how way you want to work. I quite like clicking sometimes, just clicking along, just tidying up those edges, getting in there nice and clean. Okay, so for the, let's just work on this one a little bit. Just clicking and dragging, just clicking and dragging. Entirely up to you. You can just click and hold down your left mouse button and drag up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I like to play around with it a bit. So there we go. Well, I'm happy for that for the time being. Like I say, we're just doing these tutorials. Let me just quickly show you. I mean, we could probably work a bit more on the face. Now, as you can see, it doesn't look real. It's looking like his face has had a surgery and his eye has been stretched too much. Let me show you the before, after. Okay, so there's a huge difference, but it's just not looking real. So what we can do now is we can come in with the opacity. We can lower the opacity down. Okay. Bringing the opacity down a bit. That just brings back some of the wrinkles, because we don't want to, you know, he's an old man. We don't want to make him look like he's 20 years old and make him look that young. I mean, he's got a grey beard for one. What we want to do is just tone down. I mean, if we brought this down to 0, it'd bring back all that work we've just done on it. But bringing it just a little bit, you know, this eye area. I just want to bring some of this information back around this eye area, okay? And I'm going to show you another technique of actually, you know, if we had these at full %. So let's do a quick hold down Alt or Option on my keyboard, click on the bottom eye. That will allow me to do a preview before, after. Huge difference, you know, especially around these cheeks, around the forehead and stuff like that. Now what I want to show you is a little, I want to show you how to group these together and apply a mask to a group. What I'm going to do is group these two layers together. I'm going to click on the top layer, hold this, go to the second layer, hold down Shift on my keyboard, click on that layer, and then on a PC, Control G, on a Mac, Command G. I'm just going to group these together. I'm going to call this a wrinkle by double left clicking on where that word was. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, now what you have the chance of doing is actually, if you wanted to, you can play with the opacity actually for the whole of this folder. Okay. What I'm going to do with this technique, I'm going to make sure all of these are at 100%. 100%, okay, and to the actual folder, to the actual group, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a mask. So you quite simply come down to this mask icon here, left click on that. You'll now notice we've applied a mask to both of these layers here, okay. So anything we do to this mask will affect both of those layers inside of that folder. I'm going to select the mask. I'm going to choose black as my foreground color. And I told you I wanted to just bring back some of this information around the eye, okay? And that's what you can do with this layer selected black. You can paint back some of the information that you want to bring back. So if you want to bring back certain areas like this wrinkle here, you know, this is a great way of doing it. Again, if you wanted to delete that, simply hold down, click X on your keyboard. That will flip your white to your foreground color. And now you can delete that because you're now using a mask, okay? So this is a great way of just bringing back just a little bit, you know, our opacity is at 100%, we brought that down to 50%. We could just bring back some of this information just a little bit without looking too bad, just coming around and making this picture completely different. This is the before, this is the after, starting to get there. And there we go. So that's it for these tutorials. That was one technique, but it was like a two-stage process. I hope you understand. He's also learned how to group a couple of layers and add a mask to that group, which will allow you to mask both of these layers together as one mask. Take it easy, guys and girls. Catch you at the next one-stop tutorials. Any problems, please let me know, and I shall catch you guys and girls very, very soon. Take it easy, everyone.